Hello everyone, I'm hoping you can see all of my mat because I'm very short. I've had to have the camera way up high. I'm going to show you a little bit about 9-box readings, but also I had a good question from another professional reader I know dearly about when to stop layering cards. And most people would look at layering cards to keep throwing down over and over and over, that it's one of the big no-nos because it's like you're fishing for the right card to answer the question for you. But there are times when you can actually do this, and I'll show you why. So I've got a person I know, which she always comes and she grabs my cards and goes through and reads the cards, but she'll constantly lay down card after card after card reading the same question, and that's just fishing for the right answer, and it's not what we do. So this here is one of the 9-box mats. This one's mystical, and it's made of a lovely spandex jersey material, and I've made it in that so it's fully washable and it's great. It's nice and portable, and these fit the standard bridge cards. I was like, standard bridge cards there, and it's the box of 9, and you can use it either in 3 or in 5 or the full 9. It's just a great mat, and it all folds up around your cards and then fits in a tin, one of these tins, which I'll show you at the end. Oops. So what I'm going to do is we'll lay out a reading as an example. And I'll do it as a 9-box because someone asked me the other day about laying out a 9-box. Now, it's up to you. You can lay out a 9-box just like this and just go in numerical order. Sorry, I've got a cat wanting to get in her cupboard. She's got a wardrobe. There you go, Bubba. I've got a wardrobe here in my tea room, and she loves the door open and she hides down. She's got a little cubby hole down the bottom of the cupboard. So we've got to be in the cupboard when Mummy's in here. So a typical 9-box. The way I read a 9-box, the centre card often speaks volumes. And one of the ways to read 9-box is to take the centre card and construct a series of little sentences all the way around. So the question I'm going to ask is about a young couple that I know who are going through a divorce, no children that they're going through. They've been married about 10 years or so. I think it's 10 years or whatever. And anyway, they've just really basically two different people. They were very young when they got married, and they've just grown different directions. So calling it quits. No big animosities, but, that's where they lay. And he's dead intent about, I don't really want to love again, but he's too young to not love again. Everyone deserves love and happy in your life. And I think at the age this young man is in, he's too young. So if we just have a look about generally what does the next 12 months hold for this young man. So bellows, we start. Bellows is about fire, the passion. Don't let the fire die within you, especially when we're talking about love. Bellows is important because it would tell me don't let one bad experience or the marriage that you've had kill your future. So there would tell me keep the passion burning. The passion with question mark would tell me, yes, he's doubtful he'll find love again, and he is. And it's like, don't second guess love. Don't second guess what this passion is within you. The triangle, yes, passion is complicated, and that's the way it is. But triangle is a point moving upwards, so it tells me things will improve. Passion, and again, what fire burning with him with mask would indicate there. Yes, you might be a little shy because mask is something hidden, but don't let that scare you. It's almost like come out of hiding, show yourself. Bellows and butterfly, he will change and grow from this. So there, as far as our time span of 12 months, butterfly is beautiful because it tells me passion will ignite and it will be uplifting for him. Passion and child, interesting combination because that can mean two things. Yes, new passion, new love, but it could also indicate new love may actually already have children or a family. So it can be sometimes a physical baby. Bellows and cards. Plan better, think strategic, and think outside of the box when it comes to passion and what desires are burning deep within you. Passion and rose, beauty. It's also interesting with the conversation, because when I'd seen this client, I had said the same to him when I saw it. I said, I'm not going to be surprised that you end up with someone who may be a little bit older than you. And rose is usually a maturity, and it can be a mature aged woman who may be a little bit older. And this is really beautiful to see here too, because kisses would tell me romance will come. So it's really lovely to see just the little sentence strings. Then you can divide up your rows and your columns. So you could have your past, present, future, if we want to do it like that. So if we say past here, yes, there was love that bloomed and it was fun and laughter and good romantic thing, but the question mark's interesting, which told me there was probably a problem in the very beginning when they started out. The present, passion here is complicated. Yes, he is going through a divorce. He does need to think outside the box with what's going on there, and he may still have some mixed feelings, because sometimes you can still love the person for who they are but not be in love. Future, new person with more joy, look outside the square. So it's also interesting just to see what comes out of there. Then you can look at your rows, and we can have here what are the wishes, what is current, and what's an undercurrent, which you can look at. So we can look at there, what are the wishes? He's doubtful there, but if he comes out of hide, and the wishes there is find love in obscure places. And that's literally what is wishes. And it's almost like he wants a private love or something that's fairly low key. The doubt is the problem where he's got it. If I'm looking at that as the situation around him now, yes, it might be still there's some fun and laughter that they may still have and share. But it's interesting, and this is where the bellows are and being centre. It's like the passion has died, or that fun and frivolity isn't there. And when we look at what's an undercurrent, something that is young or childish, that has to be strategic, but it could be the manipulations that's going on with the ex-partner. And the rose is, again, maturity. And it's interesting, you've got maturity and immaturity both as an undercurrent, which can be literally what she may be going through in the ex-partner from what I've been told on that side of it. It's like good 1 minute and bad the next. And you've got the crossover here. So this is where you can layer. So you can layer on anywhere here that you like. So let's say the question mark. Now, when we're layering, so we've got all our basic information from the 9 box there, and look, you can go into that further. But we've got our basic information. Now, where we can layer is, okay, I'm not certain here. So, but we're changing the question now. Instead of saying what's going on for him for his next 12 months, I'm now looking at this and say, well, why is he lacking the confidence? So this is where we are layering. The medicine here would tell me the wellness or the state of the marriage may be why he's not feeling so confident. I want more information on the wellness of the marriage. You've got the ring. Whoops, hopefully I'm in frame there. So we've got the ring, which tells us then, again, the marriage and the wellness, where he's got doubts there, and it may be his doubts or he's lacking confidence because of the fail of that marriage. So that's one lot of layering in that area. So child here, we can then ask a different question again. So what's a new love going to be like? Scales, something a lot more balanced, a lot more open, a lot more level playing field. Scales means coming in with equal par. So it means someone on the same level that he is. So mask, we can look at, okay, so how does he go about getting out of this rut? Because it's like he's hiding, feeling lack of confidence here because of the fail in the marriage here. So I'm looking up here and, well, how does he show himself? cannon, literally get out there guns a-blazing, which means show your strength, your character, your will, so which is a really good card. So this is how we can layer to, if we're keeping asking multiple questions, but it's slightly different to each area. So we've asked there, why is he lacking confidence? What's new love to look like? How does he get out of the box and start to show himself? So it's perfectly okay to layer when you are looking at situations like that. You can also layer, if you don't want to use your cards, you can layer with charms. Now in here I've just got the starter charm kit and the add-on charm kit together. So, like I said, we can layer again. We could ask the question on the complications. So we can say, okay, there's complications with him and the ex-partner. What do we need to know more about these complications? And by the way, a spoon is a great way of going through your charms so you don't end up with a whole handful. Or if you allow your clients to actually touch anything, put in a teaspoon, because that way they're not touching your goodies, but it's stopping them from grabbing the whole handful, because I've had clients and they just want to grab a whole handful. So get a teaspoon in your charm kit. So we're asking here about, okay, what complications does he need to be aware of? We've got telephone, so what is it that is being told? We've got leaf man, tree man, green man, whatever you like to choose him, but it is about the miracles of life, and it's a beautiful sign of renewal. We've also got the comb and the lantern. The lantern there would tell me it's really important that he's not missing something, because lantern is light or illumination, which tells me he really needs to pay a lot more attention, particularly to any verbal conversations. Yes, there will be a lot of good things that come and he will grow from this. And the comb here would tell me too, though, he must be careful of any outside interference, because comb is often somebody trying to work through problems, which is good in that way, but it's also people who are nitpicky. So their complications would tell me it really must be more aware of the verbal communication, because they would tell me he may miss something. So that is how you would do a layering when you are asking multiple questions, but in different directions of where you are looking. So, and it's perfectly okay to do that. So now I hope you enjoyed that little crash course, and I'll show you these wonderful mats. Just make sure I got them all up the right way, because I've got the backs on these very, very discreet. This is the Mystical deck, and it's such a dark back on the card, and I've got it really tiny, I can barely see it myself, the back of the cards. So the way I have found these is plonk your cards in, and you can fold up your mat, and I found if I fold it in half and then in three and then in half again, it fits in. You just got to Tetris it, as they say, and there you go. You've got the whole kit in a tin. And if you don't have Mystical, you can buy them as a kit like this, which is the cards and the mat, and you get them in a tin, or you can buy the mat only, which the mat only comes in a tin. The cards themselves come in a cotton bag. Oops, that's the cotton bag that they generally come in. You don't get the tin. And it has a, where's my book? Here's my book. And that is the book that comes with your deck. So normally you would get the deck in the bag and your book as the deck only. But if you want the mat, you get the mat, the tin, and the cards. So have a great day, everybody. And I hope that helps a little bit when it comes to layering your questions.